Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, maybe. Welcome to another setting of Rage Across New York, Living World of Darkness. Today, I think still, yes, today in New York still. Um, Simon has been training on the new little gifts he learned. So he can be seen training a lot faster than he normally is with this little new gift that he's testing out, and also a lot fresher than he's been looking the for the last 2 months, where he was couldn't get to sleep because those memories of coming within an inch of death kind of haunted him for a little bit back when he was a cub. But yeah, now he's all good, all over it, back to big tough Simon. I mean, maybe, but yeah, on the training grounds and testing out his new gifts.
So, is kind of looking for Simon, wanting to get to know him a bit. She, uh, in a room, the training grounds, of course. That's where she is, and she's just kind of watching him for a bit. Interrupt him too much. Him a bit. Either wait till he notices her, or
Yeah, he'll eventually stop to go for his water bottle, and when he does, he sees Saoirse, who is higher ranked than him, so he'll show throat. Saoirse, Dragon's Rand, right?
she'll add a character. Her current deed name is Screams the Huntsman's
Okay.
Fury.
Sorry, yes, yeah, so instead, yes, he'll say Scream the Huntsman's Fury, Raya.
She'll smile and she'll um. What is his current deed name is Unicorn's Fury,
Unicorn's
right?
Fury. Yeah.
Hello. How are you?
Better than I was for a while.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yourself? Might he'll smile.
Actually doing really well.
Yeah, glad to hear it. I hear you joined the, and he'll think, I, the pack that's with Aiden and Dallas 10 point.
I did. I
Seekers.
joined Seekers.
Congratulations.
Aiden and I have been friends. So when I got the opportunity to finally join his pack, I did.
How come you weren't in a pack before? I mean, together.
From how come what?
How come you weren't in a pack together before?
Associated with at the time, just uh, I ended up with the Shadowrunners, the Children of the Spirit Wilds at first. Then some stuff happened, before he left the Children of the Spirit Wilds, he'd already been spending time with the Seekers, so I knew that pack he would go to the Seekers, and I didn't to join Alos Teresa, Alos Kumba.
Yeah, I heard about that. Well, did meet the guy, but I'm sorry.
To lose your pack.
yeah, I can only imagine. I mean, Kairani is still alive, but when she left the pack, it was strange, especially when I had
Imagine
just
that.
joined it. Losing a pack, losing a pack member like you did with Kumba can only be worse.
I tried I tried my best to carry on without Teresa. Um, I think I did a good job for the duration I was alpha.
How small? I think you did, but not sure you can keep going like this on your own. You need friends.
She nods.
Right. And how small and not.
Right.
I've been trying to go on without my brother for a while now. I'm not sure I could do it without people here, my pack and others.
It's hard to go it alone, for sure. Um, Aiden's my best friend. Has been since we were cubs. We came over here together. So finally, it feels good finally getting to be in a pack with him.
How small?
And I adore the others as well. I've gotten to know them over the time, the 7 months that I've been in New York. So
Yeah, I mean, well, it's more than known that Dallas and I have butted heads a few times. But uh, she's when it comes to and he'll chuckle. Well, funny enough, when we're not offset, not talking about Gary stuff, we tend to get along. It's soon as it as soon as the subject is about the nation and Lithuania and well, pretty much anything to do with the Go nation that we start arguing.
I
But yeah, until small, I and with I have my differences with Aiden too, but I respect him. He's a good fighter and a good member of the Sept.
she nods. I'm glad to hear that. I mean, he's my alpha. He didn't get to alpha for nothing.
Oh, with her, he'll
But
smile. I must say, if I'm going to be honest, that it must be hard. He must go on about how he's alpha on and on, does it? And he'll say that with a smile, of course, like he's
what did he say? It must be hard. What?
hearing him go on and on. He probably goes on and on about how he's the alpha now.
She scoffs. No. Actually, not really. Not as much as you might think. No. Um, a lot of what you see of Aiden is what he presents to others. How he is with his pack, with his friends, is different. Sure, he's still, he's always going to be a little cocky, but that's Aiden. He wouldn't be Aiden if he wasn't. But the perception that he's completely and totally arrogant is not quite true.
And he'll nod. I mean, yeah, he'll nod trying to think. Right now he doesn't have the best or see right now he doesn't have the best opinions of Aiden, but he didn't lie. He still respects him and thinks he's a good member of the set.
Mhm.
And so
Which
yeah,
is fine. She doesn't need him. She doesn't need him to be his friend. She just. But So I've been interested in hearing the story of how you became a child of Gaia. I know that um, you were born as a Get, right?
Yeah, with, well, with quite a long family history of always being yet. So mom wasn't quite happy when I said I wanted to become a child of Gaia. Actually, she hasn't
What hap- what
spoken to me
happened?
since.
How did that come about? How did you get swayed to become a child of Gaia?
And he'll take a deep breath and he'll sit down. It's it goes back to when I, well, even before I had my first change, I always had my brother alongside me. Even before I had my first change, he was always there, like protecting me, like being there for me, supporting me, whatever I went through. And then when I did join, we were together pretty much all the time. When I was in training, when he wasn't on a mission, we were together. I've seen twins that weren't as close as we were. We were inseparable. And one day I came back from cub training, and a friend, another cub, was, well, his stomach got ahead of him. He he grabbed a piece of meat before a Forsten could get to it. I get Forsten. She got pissed, started beating the crap out of him. After a while, had enough, asked to stop, and she didn't. So in turn, the anger got to me. I tried to hold it in, but it didn't hold through completely. I punched her. It it was stupid, but it's something I did that I regret, but I couldn't stop myself. She in turn took her anger upon me, beat me, well, to nearly to death. If it wasn't for my brother, I would have died. He, however, intervened, saved me, but killed her. It was then called that he was to be punished with the right of the hunt, where he would be hunted down by Guru and killed. And he'll take another deep breath, hold his head, trying to go on. This is visibly hard for him. I was I was made to join the hunt. We hunted him down, but he escaped. We couldn't find him. And he joined uh, he joined the Black Spell Dancers. He fell to the worm. I looked back and, well, in a way, I think that I realized that everything that had happened was because, well, we didn't even try to hold back on our anger. We back home, we look back on our rage, on our anger, as it's only a gift, which it is, but, well, it is a gift, but something we must be careful with. Not sure I would go as far as call it also a curse, but it can be a weight on our shoulders. It's something that we must control. And the child of Gaia and their stargazers were the ones that had the best hold of the anger. So after a while, I of thinking of those two, I decided to become a child of Gaia. I still respect very much the Get. They are pride warriors and strong. But with what happened, with what I've done, I just blamed myself too much and wanted to fix something.
She nods.
It's
I'm
never. And he'll, yeah, raise his
very
head.
sorry. Very sorry about what happened to your brother. That must be awful.
Yeah. Now he's looking for me. It's why I came here. I thought that, well, I went looking for him before he could find me. Looked in Australia, in New Zealand, because they're close to home, but he wasn't there. So I came here, where I have family. I thought that maybe it would get to them to get to me. So I came here to make sure they were safe.
She nods. Well, that's very. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. It sounds like that you were destined to meet with one of you dying.
Sorry, what was that?
She said it sounds like you were destined to meet with one of you dying.
Yeah, I'm not. That's most probably how it will end. It's not easy to.
Well, I'm sorry to say, but he's a black spiral dancer. It's
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, yeah.
he's of the worm.
He's of the worm, and I'll have. Well, most probably I'll have to kill him. It will end with one of us dying, and I've gone too far for accepting it being me.
She nods and she smiles a bit, glad to hear that from him for sure. There when he fell to the worm. So try and separate that in your mind.
It's what I tell myself. I tell myself that the day he turned to the worm, he died. Instead of him, there's some black spell dancer that was born. It's it's
You
hard to
remember
convince myself.
the ones that were going around wearing the faces of those of us here? Just pretend that he's one of those. Just one of them wearing his face and she'll put a hand on his shoulder and squeeze it. She can't even imagine how hard this would be.
Yeah, yeah. His hands will go well. At least, yeah. Yeah, actually, no. Both his hands will go to hers, and he'll smile at her. Yeah, it's difficult, but it's one of the reasons why I joined the Striders. I know that Chloe went through, well, maybe not exactly the same thing, but she had a family
You were
member.
able to relate,
Yeah,
right? You were able to relate to Chloe in that way. I can understand that for sure.
it's why I what let's say it was the first thing that motivated me to know more about the rest of the pack.
She nods.
I'm still, well, still learning to let people in. It's kind of difficult after losing someone that was kind of like a hero to me.
She nods that too. I think for me after losing my pack, if I didn't already trust the Seekers, it probably would have been hard for me to find another pack after that.
I don't know.
Already being close with them helped with that transition. Um,
Yeah, it's. I mean, I think that if you're going to join a pack, you should be close to them before you joined. The reason why you hold on to them so much shouldn't be only because you're a pack. It should be deeper than that.
of course. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I actually did consider packing with Felix as well because he and I have been close. But it's just I've been here a while and I've gotten to know a lot of those here. Definitely, I've been seeing several die, but nothing hurts like losing your pack mates.
Yeah, that is something it will eventually happen, but I hope it doesn't. I'm sure if that makes sense.
She nods. I don't wish that pain on anyone. And even though yes, I have a new pack and I'm doing better now than I was, that pain is still there. Especially now that uh, even though she's still alive, Alona left, so I have none of my original pack here.
You
And
and he'll
so yeah,
smile.
that's not a pain I wish on anybody. It's worse than it's worse than if you were to lose uh any of your biological family or whatever. The pack bond is deeper than anything. And she nods. It's definitely not something I'd wish on anyone, even my worst enemy.
And he'll nod. As hard as it is, I think it's in the end what I went through, what you went through. It's all what part. It all becomes part of what makes us us. That wouldn't be me if I hadn't gone through that. That wouldn't be me if I wasn't born into a Get tribe, if I hadn't been raised as a Get, and if I hadn't finally decided to become a child of Gaia, I wouldn't be me.
Why? Everything everything we go through shapes who we are. I wouldn't be who I was without the things I've been through either. And I was raised on uh, the Fiona Sept, um, Sept of Tara, in Ireland. So um, it was a bit of a culture shock coming here, for sure. But uh, I'm glad that I'm here. And as much as I miss home sometimes, I'd rather be here.
Yeah, this place, I think it has a tendency to have people of every background, people of that come from everywhere, Guru that come off everywhere, and Spain. We're like a mixed match of a lot of different things. I think it's why we're so why we're so open compared to other tribes. Why we're liberal. Apparently, people call it. It's. I think we because there are people that are so different. We try to understand each other. Don't really have a choice in the end. If we want to fight together, we must try and understand each other.
She nods that. I agree with you on that for sure. I understand liberal views, and there's some things that I'm fairly liberal on myself, but for the most part, the liberals, the more liberal leaning Garo here would definitely put me in the traditional category. And it's been a challenge to struggle with what I want to keep of my traditions and what I've been able to evolve on, and also trying to keep those traditional values in a more liberal sept. That's been a quite an interesting challenge.
Yeah, I mean, going from being raised as a get to becoming a child of God, it's also very challenging. As much
I
as
can imagine those two tribes are like night and day.
yeah, pretty much. It's surprised me actually when Eric accepted me as a guardian, and before
Most part, children
judging
of
me,
Gaia don't children of Gaia don't turn away too many people.
no,
They're very
not so.
inclusive.
It's yeah. The hard part is not wasn't becoming a child of Gaia. It's making well. I think now I know, but even when I was clear, there was still some debate in my mind. Unicorn had deemed me worthy and accepted me, but inside I was still struggling. But
She nods.
my Boston challenge helped.
Good. Glad for that. Being an Adrian, even though Cleath wasn't that long ago, I'm not even the same person I was when I was Cleath. All the things that have happened, the challenges even that you go through to get to the next rank, they shape who you are, and they can really help you in your journey, I think, as well. My Adrian challenge definitely put a lot of things in perspective for me.
Or not. Yeah, I think that's what challenges are supposed to be. Well, rank challenges at least. You're supposed to know more about yourself, about your auspice, about your tribe. It's a lesson every time. It's not just a challenge.
Indeed, it is. And of course, being a Fiona Galliard, I take my auspice duties very seriously.
And you're obviously good at it. You wouldn't have reached. Sorry, what's her title? Out of character.
Tail
Tailsinger.
singer.
Yeah, you wouldn't have reached Tailsinger otherwise.
She nods. I've had this I've had this position for almost 4 months now. I think if I wasn't good at it, someone would have taken it from me by now, and I've not been challenged. So she nods. She'll agree with that for sure.
Well, someone was going to challenge you, I think.
I think if anybody was going to challenge me for it, it would have been Chloe, and she's happy as dead mother. So
Yeah, she's. I think it's. Yeah, I'm comfortable with her as their mother. It allows me to, as a member of a pack, to know more about the Cubs.
she nods. How have you spoken with the new one, uh, Jason?
Yeah, I spoke with him, especially after the mission I went on the other day.
I right.
I'm
Sorry, I
sure.
missed out on that.
I'm not. Well, maybe not. That well, that back then there was something. One of the rare occasions, me and I think, from what I could see, me and Aiden agreed on something. Kinfolk are important, and someone
Kinfolk are
said,
very important.
yeah, and he'll not.
Aiden told me what they said. I'm not too happy about that.
Yeah, I walked away before I walked away because I thought I was going to punch his head in without challenging him.
I can't say that I wouldn't have punched his face in, so I'm kind of glad that I wasn't there.
It felt small. But yeah, I when I heard that when we walked away, I talked to Jason, made sure he knew that that wasn't everyone's views, especially here. And I told him that, at least as I see it, kinfolk are, well, their family does not just a fact, not an opinion. But in my opinion, they're the reason why we fight. They're here for us, and they help us. It's not just us protecting them. It goes both ways, and I think sometimes a
I
lot of people forget.
they're our family, and we wouldn't be here without them. And they need to be treated better than what some treat them. They're not just breeding stock or slaves. They should be treated with respect.
Yeah, I mean, even saying
And us, to
my
be honest, are very passionate about our kin.
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's for sure. That's something that I think everyone knows. But yeah, I mean, my kinfolk here, I only child of Gaia kinfolk because that's what they decided. When I came here, they had the choice. They would either stay, get, or join me. Have get well, I and become come under my protection. But I wasn't going to force anything on them. It was their choice. I'm glad they decided to have me as their protector. They're my family. You there?
Yeah,
I mean,
she nods.
had my first actually talking about family. I had my first Thanksgiving. Kind of fun. I mean, I get why there's reason behind it, why some people get offended by it, but I don't know. To me, I just look at a day where we just have fun and eat a lot of food. It's like a family reunion, only less shouting, less punches in the face, and no drunk uncle yelling at everybody.
She laughs at that for sure.
I'm sure both the Get and the Fiona have their share of drunk uncles. Little chuckle.
That we do. That we do. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good set we have here. We have good people. When I came here, I really didn't have anyone. Well, aside from my kinfolk, my brother had turned to the worm, and my mother doesn't speak to me anymore. My father does on occasions when I get him on Skype, but from the day that I became a child of Gaia, my mother never has spoken a word to me again. So I had to look for another family.
My mother, she is a Fiona Philodox. So, being raised by a Philodox was definitely an experience. I love my mother dearly, but she's definitely strict about a lot of things.
So you cut out. Your mother is what? And then you said your mother is, and then it cut out.
A, a Philodox.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my mother's a Galliard, and well, I think part of the reason why she's angry at me too is because as an Arun, because I'm an Arun, and her grandfather was an Arun. She was looking forward to having someone that I think she was looking forward to have someone that was going to step in, well, into her grandfather's footsteps and as an Arun. I think she was looking forward to telling my stories. But I'm in health now. I'm here now, and I have new family to tell of my deeds.
Indeed, you do.
But yeah, and I must say one thing that really surprised me about people on this set was Eric. He accepted me as a guardian and treated me judged me upon didn't judge me upon being a child of God. He treated me as an Arun and as a Guru before everything.
He nods.
And it was the first Get that didn't judge me upon my choice. So when he left, although I couldn't be in front of him, we exchanged letters, and I promised him that I would make him proud as someone that had served under him.
Glad to hear that.
People, I mean, you're never going to get along with everyone except, but people here, I don't know, I think there's something special about people here. And the people I do get along with, I wouldn't change them for the world.
She
And that's
smiles.
not only my pack. Will, Felix. I mean, Felix has differences with my alpha, but I've we tend to get along, and I think well, we can become we may be become good friends one day. Well, very good friends.
It's true you're not going to be able to be friends with everyone, but as long as you're able to put differences aside and work together when the time comes, which we've all been able to do, regardless of how we feel about each other personally. So I agree. There's something special about this sept.
Hold on. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, me and Delves butt heads a lot, but when we're together on the battlefield, we help make one hell of a duo.
That's good. That's good. Well, it was good to talk to you, and hopefully we'll get a chance to socialize some more. But I'll let you get back to your training, and I should probably get back to my pack.
And he'll nod. Hopefully hopefully we'll get on more to be on more missions together. Oh, and
She nods.
say hi
I
to say hi to 10 Point.
I will.
And he'll nod.
And
And did a proper few steps back before going back to training.
then she'll turn and leave.
With that, I guess we can end this in there.
Yep.
Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching.